Hello everyone, this is Manish and in this video I'm going to discuss about AWS Fargate and how AWS Fargate works. So let's get started. First of all, what is AWS Fargate? So AWS Fargate is a serverless compute engine for deploying and managing containers without having to manage any of the underlying infrastructure. Why AWS Fargate? So to understand this, let's go a little back when container services still didn't exist. That time user used to launch their application on virtual machines. In AWS Cloud, they deployed their application on EC2 instances. They packaged their application with operating system and run it on instance. Then Docker introduced container and people started deploying their application on these containers. One major difference is that unlike virtual machine, containers shares the host operating system with other containers. So as these containers started becoming more and more popular, people started using them at huge scale. The number of containers in EC2 instances increased, in which in turn increased the number of instances. So managing increased number of containers and instances is always a tedious task. So this was when Amazon introduced a container management service called Elastic Container Management Service. So Amazon Elastic Container Management Service removes the need for user to manage EC2 instances and the containers. So ECS user no longer had to manage the containers and clusters. Amazon ECS kept track of all the instances, application running, resources availability and resources used. So ECS did everything for the user, but still user had to configure and manage underlying instances that form clusters. Now if we take a look into one of these instances, you can see that an instance has containers, an entire operating system, a Docker daemon, ECS agent and many other system level libraries and software packages. So managing all these for a single instance is relatively easy task, but suppose if you have to do this for a fleet of instances, then obviously it will become a difficult task. So all user wanted to do was to build their application, but they ended up managing containers and underlying instances on which these containers were running. As a solution to this problem, Amazon introduced AWS Fargate. So with AWS Fargate, you no longer have to deal with instances. In fact, you don't have to use EC2 instances at all because AWS Fargate itself will act as a compute engine. So you only have to think about containers. You can just focus on building and operating your application in a proper manner, and AWS Fargate will launch your containers, host them for you and scale them as well. You just have to specify your application requirements and Fargate will manage all scaling and infrastructure needs to run your application in a very highly scalable manner. Finally, AWS Fargate integrates with Amazon Elastic Container Service and Elastic Container Service for Kubernetes as well. So this way, with just few simple steps, you can launch container on Amazon ECS using Amazon Fargate Launcher. And this is the story of AWS Fargate. Now you know what is the need of AWS Fargate. So some key benefits of AWS Fargate is like flexible pricing. So you only pay for the resources that you use. Then you can integrate other AWS services as well, like Amazon CloudWatch for better logging. Now let's understand how AWS Fargate works. So at left side of the image, you can see here you built a container image. This container image you built in such a way that it is suitable for your application. and then you store this container image in a registry while you have Docker Hub, or you can use Amazon Elastic Container Registry, also called ECR. And from this registry you can download the image whenever you want and run on the cluster. Now you have built a container image. The next step is choose a container management service. So either you can choose Amazon ECS or Amazon EKS. So once you have chosen a proper container or orchestration service, you need to create a cluster so that you can store all the containers and the resources that you have assigned to your application. So this is where you have to make choice between EC2 and Fargate. So obviously we will be using choosing AWS Fargate here. Now you launch a container, and AWS Fargate runs your container and manage all the underlying infrastructure and cluster feed. Suppose later on your application needs extra resources, then AWS Fargate seamlessly scale your application without you having to bother about it. So this is how AWS Fargate works. So in the next video, we will see the working demo of AWS Fargate, how you can launch application, containerized application using AWS Fargate Launch tab. So thanks for watching.